MPA members yelled to 9IB in the province of Camarines Sur. Illegal logging in the province of Maguindanao del Norte targeted. Encounter between military and communist groups in the province of Sultan Kudarat, guns, ammo, and explosives seized. And the health news, diseases contracted during floods. Good day, I'm Apolinario 30 Dignadisi Valencia, and this is the weekend news. 14 MPA members yelled to 9IB in the province of Camarines Sur. 14 members of the New People's Army surrendered to the 9th Infantry Sandigan Battalion or 9IB Philippine Army on September 23 this year in Barangay Pag-ori Nuevo, the municipality of Libmanan, the province of Camarines Sur. The surrender came after 9IB's intensive community support and development operations, which included service caravans, community meetings, and information drives. These initiatives engaged families of active communist terrorist group or CTG members and persuaded them to convince their loved ones to abandon the armed struggle. The former rebels, identified as remnants of the dismantled Platoon 3, SRC-5, BRPC, turned over high-powered firearms, anti-personnel mines, grenades, a claymore mine, ammunition, and improvised explosive device or IED components. Lieutenant General Cirilo C. Balauro Jr., commander of the Southern Luzon Command or SOLCOM, lauded 9IB's efforts, emphasizing that the battalion not only secured communities from communist influence but also strengthened public awareness of the government's peace initiatives. The surrenderers are now undergoing formal processing for reintegration programs, including livelihood assistance, psychosocial support, and community reintegration. In the Bicol region alone, 76 CTG members have surrendered from January to September 2025. Illegal logging in the province of Maguindanao del Norte targeted. The anti-illegal logging operation by the Provincial Environment, Natural Resources and Energy Office in Maguindanao del Norte seized at least 60,000 pesos worth of logs, or log flitches in English, or split logs stored in a place in Buldon town on Friday. The said logs were found in the dense foothills of the forested island area in Buldon, one of the 12 towns covered by Maguindanao del Norte, not far from a highway clearly destined to be loaded into a delivery vehicle to be delivered somewhere. The Maguindanao del Norte Penreo, the Buldon Community Environment and Natural Resources Office, and the Marine Battalion Landing Team 2 of the 1st Marine Brigade based on the nearby Barangay Tugaig in Barira in the province of Maguindanao del Norte collaborated in the successful operation. The interagency operation, led by Forester Mark Erickson Aranyas, Laser Marinding of the Buldon Municipal Environment Office, resulted in the confiscation of the lawaan trees. The lawaan or lawan is a dipterocarp tree species in the tropical rainforest that helps in the retention or storage of groundwater in watershed areas and the mountains that feed rivers flowing into the plains. Initial estimates indicate that 1,344 board feet of abandoned lawaan trees were seized in the anti-illegal logging operation. A chainsaw unit was also found wherein the illegally cut log flitches were stored. According to the local executives in Buldon, the guards of the trees, 2 of whom were chainsaw operators, ran away. Then they saw the environmental law enforcers and marine troops heading towards their location. Encounter between military and communist groups in the province of Sultan Kudarat. Guns, ammo, and explosives seized. Another major setback for the communist terrorist group or CTG was the seizure of their war equipment by the military after an encounter with elements of the 57 Infantry Masika Battalion in Sitio Kinawan in Barangay Kituda, the municipality of Libak, the province of Sultan Kudarat last September 26. According to Lieutenant Colonel Aaron T. Gumapaw, commanding officer of the 57 IB, and around 8:30 a.m., soldiers encountered communist terrorists following a complaint from residents regarding their presence in the area. Recovered from the scene of the encounter were an M16 rifle, a grenade, a commercial radio or baofeng, subversive documents, various personal belongings, and food supplies. Brigadier General Michael A. Santos, commander of the 603rd Infantry Brigade, said it is clear that the communist terrorists' remaining strongholds are gradually being depleted. That will not miss the opportunity to end this threat. We will intensify and extend our operations to prevent any possible violence and restore peace to the affected area, the Brigadier General Santos said. Meanwhile, Major General Donald M. Gumiran, commander of the 6th Infantry Division and Joint Task Force Central, once again called on the remaining members of the CTG to abandon the armed struggle and return to the government. Instead of hiding and wasting your lives in a futile ideology, choose to embrace peace. The government is willing to help you start over and live a peaceful life with your family, the Major General Gumiran said. Joint Task Force Central and the 6th ID continue to focus on maintaining peace and security in this part of Mindanao to ensure that communities are safe from the threat of terrorism. Rice prices in the province of North Cotabato drop, but LGU Kidapawan will offer higher prices for Kidapaweños. Several rice farmers in some parts of Cotabato province are barely able to stomach the price of rice at the farm gates, which is at 12 pesos to 14 pesos, which was so far away that it was even reaching 20 pesos to 26 pesos per kilo. In the response, Kidapawan City Mayor Jose Paulo Evangelista took the initiative to give higher prices to rice farmers, particularly those accredited by the local government's Palay Buyback Program. The LGU will directly buy the farmers rice at a price of 19 pesos per kilo. Meanwhile, from the farm, personnel of the City Agriculture Office will collect it and take it to the LGU-operated rice processing center in Barangay San Isidro free of charge. The move aims to alleviate the hardship faced by rice farmers due to high input costs, labor, and sometimes their farms are even hit by disasters. The best things about the local government's Luntian Rice Program is that they can process the purchased rice and can sell it for 25 pesos per kilo, almost half the price in retail stores, which is 40 pesos to 50 pesos, hitting two birds with one stone. If you consider that the move will benefit not only rice farmers but also consumers. And our health news, it's rainy season again. Here are some tips to prevent disease caused by floods. Beware of the Department of Health's food alert. It is better to boil the water thoroughly before drinking it. If the water is cloudy, it is better to filter it first using a clean cloth and let it sit for a while before boiling. As for adding chlorine to the water, add 2 drops of unscented liquid bleach to a liter of clean water and wait 30 minutes before using it. Apart from that, the public is also being advised against diseases that can be contracted from floods, such as diarrhea, dermatitis, conjunctivitis, leptospirosis, dengue, and other waterborne diseases. If there is a wound and you cannot avoid going into the flood, cover it with a plaster and wear boots to avoid falling victim to leptospirosis. For those in the evacuation centers, do not eat or drink packaged but well foods because it is not certain if they have been contaminated by the blood. The DOH also warned against related injuries such as injuries, drowning, wound infections, as well as indirect health effects such as electrocution and snake bites. The DOH also reminded people in the evacuation centers that they should not forget to bring medicines such as cotrimoxazole, amoxicillin, mefenamic acid, paracetamol, Orisol, Lagundi, vitamin A, and skin ointment. It should also be ensured that the evacuation centers have proper toilets available. And that is Weekend News this Sunday. I'm Apolinario 30 Dignadisi Valencia, and this is Salakot Online Broadcasting Network.